Yep, I have now decided to do the Let's Talk About on this certain fanfiction crossover that is no longer around called Disney's World of War. So if you guys are going to ask, wait, is it like the book about what happened in, World War II and stuff and propagandas? No, not that. It's basically this certain fanfiction of sorts. Not the propaganda stuff, but basically a fanfiction about Disney characters in a war. And I remember this a long time ago, and looking back on it, it's really weird. Really bizarre and weird. And one of my friends did say that it was very weird. It just lets people do whatever they want, which results to very weird decisions. Yeesh. I guess even in the Disney fandoms and Disney crossover fandoms, they'll just have weird ideas. So, I think I remember when it started, the whole thing. There's not many trailers out anymore. There's only one or two right now. I think from what I get is that it started because of Mufasa's death. Yeah, the whole war has started ever since Mufasa died. How can one lion cause an entire war and a conflict? Oh no, the great Lion King has died! We must go for battle! Seriously, who does that? Imagine that be happening in other world wars because of that. It'd be just kind of weird. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing the logic into this. Yeah, and it's on TV tropes, and it's basically a role play. A very weird one. So here's what it says. So Disney World of War is a war role-playing forum that includes, you guessed it, Disney characters. At the moment, the website is open to any new characters. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, the plot focuses on Frollo, who has gathered up the local human villains, while Scar has gathered up animal villains, and Simba gathered up heroes. Basically just 3 factions. And I did found this site. Guess this is the forum. And I will show you a few trailers. This is one of the trailers that's currently on play. Okay, so the story being it is not canon to Disney in any way. Well, obviously it's fan fiction. Please read with an open mind. I've always got an open mind. Can't play the audio. Reason. Copyright. Well, of course, we got Bambi. Oh my god, they're going anthropomorphism! They'll probably rise up against the human race! Seriously, look at what they're doing. I don't think you would see a deer that would do that. Just lying down in one like this. And yeah, of course it has a wiki. The Disney World of War wiki. People are just being lazy, aren't they? And even it has some fan arts, and the fan art collection I found were, I will admit, out of all the fan wikis with weird art styles, this one's pretty good so far. Well, how come they don't have this good art style like this? Seriously. The art style is really good. And all the other ones I've seen are just crap. But this one is a chef kiss. Here's the page of Kovu. Yeah, Kovu has his own page, and he's on... Okay. In the Disney World of War canon, instead of facing death when Scar fought Simba, Simba teamed up with a group of heroes and banished Scar to the Outlands, along with Zira, her cubs, and their most loyal followers, the Lionesses. Kovu was brought to the Outlands when he was just a baby and raised to be the best warrior he could be. Oh, so this time he gets to be raised by Scar. Yeah, but, yeah, get the whole thing. And there is this character. They call him Red Eyes, which I can understand why they gave him the name, because the bear with red eyes. So, wait, in a human form? While in human form, Red Eyes takes on the appearance of a large African American man with a bald head, while human Red Eyes keeps his bear sense as well. Since when can he turn human? Very vicious, he thinks himself king of the game preserve where he lives, and with no other bears to challenge him for that right, it stays that way. Huh. Coda? Friend and adopted little brother? What happened to Kenai? Why replace Kenai with this psychopathic bear? Crazy, well, not crazy, but kind of vicious. And Raja, enemy, having nearly killed in a training session before being killed for real on the battle, filled Red Eye's hate. Raja with a burning passion. Raja, you mean Jasmine's tiger? A tiger versus a bear. Oh, interesting to put that in there. Okay, so here's the heroes. So the heroes is what the army who gathered in response to King Simba calls it for... sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied and brain farts. So King Simba calls to war, calls themselves... yeah, they're just heroes. For some reason. Simba himself is their leader, despite having been absent for much of the war. The generals, yeah. So their current generals are Li Shang from Mulan, Stitch, Bambi, Phoebus from The Hunchback, Hercules, and most recently Fa Mulan. The former general include the Great Prince and Akela, but now deceased. Oh, and along with Aladdin and Clobin, who are no longer directly allied with the army. Oi. And the animal villains led by King Scar and Queen Zira. Just random animal villains. Seriously, they're just being lazy. They're not doing any work. And the human villains were founded by Jafar shortly after his disagreement with Scar. Jafar appointed Frollo, Judge Claude Frollo, to take control of his army, who appointed Shan Yu as their top second leader. But wouldn't Frollo hate Jafar as well? I'm just saying, that dude is a very religious Catholic. Hates witchcraft and stuff. So yeah, I guess you could see how this is the most weirdest thing ever, huh? So yeah, Hades in the Human Villain Alliance, why not have the God Alliance? I mean, obviously there's probably not that many God villains. The only God villain you can think of is Hades in the Disneyverse. That, along with Chernobog. Actually, it'd be more the Hell Army, now that I think about it. And yeah, they even do some weird stuff all the time. Also, get these out of the way, since I already got the links in the community post I did. And you know what's weird? They even do like make their own shippings within that fandom. I think it would have been better if it was a non/Disney community stuff, so that would have been confusing. I'm just saying. And Disney World of War, Nazira has got it going. Sadira / Mozenrad / Narissa. Oh yeah, Jafar's sister. So it says, I was bored, okay? Oh yeah, it's made by Nightshade. This is Disney World of War video. Once again, Nazira is Sadira's mentor and close friend, not her mother, but the closest thing she got. Blah, blah, blah. Sadira loves Mozenrad, but Mozenrad loves Nazira. Yeah, and the music plays Stacy's Mommy. You know, that song. And wait a minute, that's Deluga. That's Queen Deluga. Where is Nazira? Yeah, that is Mozenrad, and there is Sadira. Hey, you lied to us. That's not Nazira, that's Deluga. From the final episode of Aladdin. So, actually, it turns out she's... Yeah, Queen Deluga is playing Nazira? Why you have that character to play her when you already got some CGI characters obviously in there? See, that's Nazira. So what's the point of making her Nazira when you already got, like, actual CGI characters in there? Her, along with Frozen and Tangled. Duh. What ding-dong thought it'd be, yeah, it's a great idea, duh. This is giving me Adventure Team levels. Seriously, this kind of reminds me of the Adventure Team community where they use characters to play certain roles of other characters, like, basically like with Ralphie, who had his own quote-unquote spoof of Shrek, where he has Simba playing Shrek. That's the same vibe I'm getting. Or in his spoof of Snow White, he has Selena Gomez playing Snow White. Yeah, that bit got me on the Adventure Team vibes. Oy, oy, oy. So yeah, looking back on it, this is the very weird crossover fandom. Although, yeah, as my friend said, it's probably no longer around. I'll leave the links to this community post that have links to these things I've shown. So yeah, this is just a really weird crossover fanfic. Because it's no longer around, and I guess people just moved on to something else. So, yeah, this was a very weird one, and I think I'm gonna need to relax for a bit.